Good morning, true crime friends. How y'all doing? Listen, I wasn't even going to make a video this morning. And then I was like, wait. There is a topic that we need to talk about. We need to talk about cake picnic. Look, I'm going to get into it. I will explain every single thing. But first, you know what you need to do. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it out, and hype it. Now look. Some people are having trouble finding the hype button. If you swipe over in the comment section, I don't know how it works. But me and you, we're going to get to 30,000 subscribers together. So look, in case you did not know, I am a food fan. I love all food all the time. I also love true crime. But here's the thing. True crime can be, really rather murdery, and sometimes you need a palate cleanser where nobody slips the surly bonds of this earth. There's no stabation, there's no bunkation, none of the things. Sometimes you just need to talk about a crime that's super duper petty. And so periodically and from time to time, I will offer you a little palate cleanser. And today's and I've made a whole playlist of just petty crimes. Oh yes, friends, I will put a link of it in the description box of this video. Please know, no humans, for the most part, were harmed in this story. I'm gonna tell you, but some cakes got a raw deal. Okay, in case you don't know, cake picnic is sweeping the nation. Okay, I don't know how big of a sweep it is, but it's going around. Cake picnic is totally a thing. Here's how it works. Organizers get together and they say, hey girl, hey, listen, we're coming to your area and we are going to have a cake picnic. What you do is you go online and you buy a ticket to cake picnic, and then you bring a cake. You and a couple of hundred of your closest friends bring the most beautiful cake you could find. It could be a bakery cake. It could be a homemade cake, any kind of cake. We lay all the cakes out on tables, and then everybody, to enter, you have to pay the fee ahead of time and register and get a cake. At the door, they're going to check and make sure you have your registration all in order. They're going to check and make sure your cake is on point, and then they will invite you to go and lay down your cake, right? Then you take a cake box, and at the assorted time, each participant goes and they take a reasonable slice of cake and they put it in their box. There's hundreds of cakes to choose from. Oh my God, I gained 3 pounds just reading about it. And then you go and you sit on a lovely blanket and there's tinkling soft music playing. I imagine there's chandeliers in trees because these usually take places in parks. And then everyone has a chitty chat and you enjoy your cake. Lots of different kinds of cake. It's like, if you die and go to cake picnic heaven, that is where I want to go, where the cake never runs out and none of the calories count, right? So cake picnic is touring the nation. People are buying their tickets and being very civilized, but some people are getting a little bit aggressive. And some people are trying to do secondary market sales on the tickets. So the organizers of cake picnic are like, we're going to make sure everybody's act right is fully installed. And we are going to start having some rules up in this piece. So what they said is, number one, you can only buy one ticket. Now, if you are buying tickets for a group, then there's special rules for that. But for the most part, you have to use your debit or credit card with your name on it. And so when you get your ticket, it's of course a virtual ticket. It has your name printed right on it with your barcode or whatever it is that they're using to verify you. When you go to the door, you have to say, here's my ticket, and then they check you off the list. The name on the ticket must match the name on the credit card that was used to buy the ticket. Now, if you use your husband's credit card, like if I bought the ticket in the name of Mr. Gossip and I come up Mr. Gossip, Mrs. Gossip, they're like, no, girl, no. This is a ticket for Mr. Gossip. And then they inspect your cake to make sure everything is in proper cake order. I don't know how they do this. And then you could go sit and you can enjoy cake picnic. Well, because cake picnic is sweeping the nation, the world, the universe. I imagine there are aliens at the cake picnic on Mars, whatever. Some people have gotten a little bit greedy and a little bit shady as it relates to cake picnic. See also the cake picnic debacle. Yo, I saw the videos of it and my flabber was gasted. The scream I scrumped. Oh my God. So this is what happened. The organizers, I believe it was at Lagos Cake Picnic on the continent of Africa, the motherland. They were like, look, you could come to Cake Picnic, just buy a ticket, come and lay your cakes out on the table, and at the appointed hour, then everybody will go and have their reasonable slice of cake. But the organizers for this particular event, they didn't have like a whole bunch of safeguards in place. Number one, anybody could buy a ticket. You could buy a ticket on the secondary market. You didn't have to bring a cake, and there was no cake inspection. Now, you know, cake inspection is key because you can't be showing up with no raggedy cake, right? There were sheet cakes with no frosting. There was half cakes. There was people with no cakes. They let every kind of people in there. So at the appointed hour, everybody got their cake box and they said, go. People ran towards these cakes and descended upon them like a plague of locusts. Women were screaming, fighting, pulling each other's hair instead of taking a reasonable slice of cake. Y'all, people were reaching in with their hands and grabbing hunks of cake and throwing it down in their box and going to the next cake. There was more people than there was cake available. It was a cake bath, I'm telling you. And I was like, Lagos, you're gonna need to get your act right, fully installed. You have besmirched the name of Cake Picnic. P.S. Their little subtitle is Children of the Cake. I think I'm a children of the cake. Am I a child of the cake? Also, is there a cookie picnic? Because cupcake picnic? I have so many ideas. Listen, mothers, grandmothers, you know you about to have a fundraiser called Cake Picnic at your kid's school for the spring fundraiser or whatever. You know you are. Because, you know, if I still had kids in school, my oldest is a senior. And do you think he wants me up at his school? I promise you he does not. Even though I'm all on the PTA and everything else. He's like, could you just do it on Zoom? I don't want people to know I have parents, you know, because that's how teenagers are. Anyway, the Lagos Cake Picnic was a cake bath and people were very upset. And then you see people on camera holding empty boxes and crying. You're like, I brought a whole cake and it was beautiful. But there was people here with no cake. And I got cake on my hijab and somebody put their elbow in my eye. I am not sure if anybody went to the hospital. I mean, not for injuries, but for eating all that sugar. Also, some of those cakes, a crime against cake. Just a big old flat cake that looked real sus anyway. I mean, it might have tasted delicious. I don't know. No frosting. Not a glaze. Not a sprinkle of powdered sugar. Nothing. Criminal. Anyway, I will continue my investigation of Cake Picnic. More details to come. In the meantime, check out the Petty Crimes playlist. Oh, we will be finding more petty crimes because the world is filled with petty people. If you are watching a channel called Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo, you might be a petty person. And I'm not mad about it. Not at all. Not at all. Suddenly I'm craving a morning crumb cake. I'm going to have to go do an inspection of my kitchen and see what is readily available to me. Y'all stay safe out there, and I will see you next crime.